Hey everyone, welcome in. Hopefully you can all hear the music because I realized it was set to the wrong audio. It was playing out through my headphones and not my speakers. So I think it should be okay. Yeah, welcome in everyone. I don't know how I don't like watch enough streams to like be familiar with the stream streak thing. Does it just like pop up? Does it just pop up as a notification like when you renew your sub kind of thing? Wired earbud gaming. It's because like if I use like AirPods, the battery only lasts like a few hours. So like if you're like in like a call and you're using AirPods, like if the AirPods die, you're just like, oh wait, sorry, I can't hear you, you know? So I was like, oh I'll just use the wired headphones. But then the problem was that like my PC's on the ground, so it's too short. So I have this like you can't see it. I bought like a extension cable for the headphones so it could be like comfortable to wear and not like pulling at it, you know? So I just got annoyed. Only some channels have it. I thought it was rolled out to everyone. No, maybe like, maybe you could disable them. There's probably a way to disable it. Maybe some people don't like it. I don't know why you go every way. Maybe it's like, I don't want people announcing it. I don't know. I never really know what to do. Like, am I supposed to thank it? Like it would like I like when it first came out, I was like, what do I like? Do I acknowledge it? Is it just people like trying to get their channel points? Like, do they want like acknowledgement of it, or like is it just like like I was never really sure. Like I say something if it's like they just came in, or like um if it's like a particularly large streak, I guess. I don't know. I guess it is great that like people like obviously like attend like many streams in a row, but like I was like, what do I do with this information? It's not even like I guess if I use a Twitch alerts, it could show up as an alert. But I'm like, do people want that? Like, I don't know how it works. You have extension audio in and out cables for your old headset when it was wired. You just taped under your desk. Oh yeah, that works too. Like I feel like this gets in the way because I've been using like um this controller a lot, and I plug it in because the Bluetooth has been like kind of on and off working. And it gets kind of annoying. So, but then like now the two cables are coming from the same place, and they're like kind of annoying. They're interfering with each other. Especially because I changed this cable, this USB-C cable, and it's like really like stiff. So I don't really think it works quite well. Maybe I need a different one. Just tell me to touch grass. I mean that too, yeah. But I can't really say anything, Bear, because like I'm also here, you know. Like I am also attending every stream, and more than that, I'm like, you know, the most engaged with every stream, you know. Like I am here the whole time. I'm not doing anything else, you know. That's why I can't really tell you to touch grass. I did see the artifacts thing. I was slowly trickling out all the information. Like I was learning it all like one by one, you know. And I was just yapping to myself in the Genshin chat. I did see this, but um, that does seem like a nice thing, but it doesn't seem like game changing, you know, because you only get like a few of them. It's not like you can use it like constantly. You can like it seems like you get like 5 at the start, and then maybe like 1 or 2 each patch, possibly tied to the battle pass. So, um, I was like, that's it's not like life changing. I feel like the biggest change in Genshin is definitely the weapon banner. Like I feel like that's huge. And thanks for the first, Ricky. That's insane. You're so fast. I just started. Okay, thanks for your 3 stream streak. It's also hard to say. Stream streak. I guess it's only the case with 3. Like if someone's like 33 stream streak, I feel like it's a bit of a tongue twister, you know? Time for you to rebuild some artifacts. Well, you can only do it like one time, no? Like you can just like you get like 5 max, and then knowing Genshin, it's gonna be like you're gonna be like, okay, I want like a goblet with double crit, and then it's gonna be like flat defense, flat HP, and it's gonna roll that, you know, because you can't choose that it rolls. Like it could roll like garbage. Like I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm just preparing to be disappointed by the RNG. But definitely the weapon banner is huge. Genshin, you should change their banner. So like it requires 50% less pulls, which is pretty significant, honestly. Should I type me jugs and then tab until sip, but you have a lot of emotes with S? I guess so. Yeah, I was like do the wrong. The one I always make the biggest mistake is like instead of agreed, I just type AG tab and it does this. Cause I guess it has rage. Yeah, I do that one a lot by accident. I don't know why it comes up first. Like I guess because it's like an actual global emote, but like I never use this emote Twitch. Like I use agreed the most. I don't know why it thinks that. They changed it so it requires 50 less percent swiping. Yeah. Which is a huge change because like the weapon banner was kind of like the weapon banner was a bit like um bad because it required way more pulls than the normal one. It's Miju's rage emo. It's more of like a disappointed emo. Yeah. I don't quite rage. If anything, like I don't know. What would be like the closest I get to raging? I have no idea. Cause like I fought certain Elder Ring bosses for hours on end. Like I think some bosses took me like 3 hours, 4 hours. Um, and I never rage. Sometimes I just get like frustrated. I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. You know, sometimes I'm like tired. I'm like, okay, I've been fighting this for 2 hours. Like I'm gonna stop now. Um, I guess people rage because they reach that point and then they keep playing. I think that's really where the rage comes from. Get scared animated, sing, shy, sit, and sit. Okay, yeah. That is a lot. That is a lot. I guess you just have to, yeah, and you can't even do SI because it could be sit or sing. Yeah, I guess it's not great. I guess it's not great. I don't know the autofill, I never really understand the autofill. It does not default to the one you use the most. I don't know why. Um as you can see from the Swift Rage emote that I never use. But yeah, I'm also gonna choose the one I don't have, which is Tainari. But yeah, we can discuss Genshin more on Wednesday. I don't wanna I don't wanna, you know, subject people to Genshin. You know, they're smart and they avoid it, you know? Um and I know it sounds like gibberish to people who don't play Genshin at all. I was gonna suggest it's alphabetical, but it's not. It really isn't. Cause like surely agreed would be first, but I think maybe that one would make sense because it defaults to like the actual Twitch emotes versus the BTTV emotes, but I don't know. Also, my emotes are all over the place because I have like BTTV and then I have like the Franker face ones and then I have like the 7TV ones. I should really just to consolidate them, but I guess it doesn't really matter. We saw Dota 2 yesterday was destroying the other team in the last 10 minutes. They flipped the game and won. You should have raged. Oh no. That means you guys made a mistake. I mean, I don't know much about Dota, but from what I know about League of Legends, you know, maybe there was a crucial error somewhere. Or they outscaled you. I don't know. Your first mistake was installing Dota 2. Yeah, I thought you don't like right-click games, Ricky. What happened? Dota's the right-clickiest of right-click games now. It was like isn't Dota like even more complex than League of Legends? Like it's very not easy to get into. You're an influencer now. Everyone's gonna start playing Dota and WoW and um Quake and Baldur's Gate 3. League is dumbed down Dota. Yeah, that's what I've heard. It's like apparently I was watching a video about I can't remember if it was Dota players playing League of Legends or League of Legends players. It was probably Dota players playing League of Legends. And then they asked both teams. They asked the League players and the Dota players which game is harder, and everyone said Dota. Even the League players were like, yeah, Dota's harder. So, I can't even begin to fathom how complex Dota is. I just cannot be bothered, you know. Like I already like barely know how to play League of Legends, so I won't get into Dota. Well, I've told you guys about the one time I played Dota. I just I didn't realize, but I was moving the horse. There's like this horse that's like the shop, I guess, and you can like the shop can move for some reason, which I didn't realize. But I was just controlling the horse the whole time, and I was just like wandering around like random places on the map. And apparently, like if I'm controlling the horse, other people can't use the shop. But the game, this wasn't explained to me in the game, okay? So like, it's not really my fault. I didn't understand. But yeah, my team probably really did not like me, but I couldn't see the chat, so I don't know what they saw. The MVP courier who did not go to the teammates and deliver items or whatever it does. At some point, the game just assumed you played original Dota. I thought Dota has a tutorial. Because I know League of Legends, like, the tutorial is kind of garbage. As someone who has done the League of Legends tutorial and still did not know how to play the game, it is, apparently it's not very good. But apparently Dota has, like, a as much of a tutorial as you can have, I guess. You didn't seem to find it. Apparently I didn't find it. I downloaded it because, like, some of my friends at the time played auto chess. So maybe it's like I was playing like a different game mode, so maybe I skipped the tutorial somehow. Cause I don't remember going through like I remember going through the league tutorial the first time, and it took me like 40 minutes. I was really bad. I didn't really understand how to play. Dota's changed a lot from the last time I played. You're so lost looking for shops and stuff. I didn't know you were an ex-Dota player, Ricky. I thought you hated right-click games. But you hate them from experience, it seems like. Yeah, you were in remission or recovery. You didn't play. Yeah, well, and Yokomo, how are you? I was trying to cut off some part of your name, but I didn't know where to stop. You hate them from experience. Oh, that makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. I understand. I'm also I don't know. I feel like the way I talk about League of Legends makes it sound like I'm like I'm like a League of Legends like, you know, player, but I actually, like, if you look at my League of Legends account, it took me 2 years to play enough games to unlock the ranked mode. And I haven't played the ranked mode yet. I was going to, just to see where they place me, because I thought it'd be funny, but then I was like, I have to play 5 games for them to place me. 5 games of League of Legends is a long time. It's like, one game could be like 40 minutes to an hour, so I was like, I don't have time for this. So I did not, I haven't played it yet. But yeah, it took me like 2 full years to hit level 30, so that kind of shows you the pace at which I played League of Legends. But Yokomoto was Yokomoto's, like the second Yokomo. I think Yokomoto had a Yokomoto's account. Didn't you? It's like your alt. Didn't know where to stop. It's funny. Even a second thought. Even second thought with most strange streamers. Same thing. Did you say Yoko even with my first ever chat? I don't know. I think I tend to say the full name. Even now, like, Zirconian changed his name to Zircon, you know, or Zircon or whatever. Now I just say the full thing because I'm used to it. Yeah, it was Yokomoto. Okay, I thought it was like an alt account, but I guess it's just the same account. I have no way of telling. Actually, I do have a way of telling. It's a lie. But yeah, it's I thought that was a clever name for an alt account. Yeah, I tend not to. I mean, I only shorten names if like people have like multiple words in their name, you know, or if it's like capitalized in a certain way. Then I shorten it. But if it's like just one all lowercase, then I usually try to say the whole thing. Unless it's really intrusive, you know, like unless it's like really long. You and Mary, so use the whole thing. Other friends I'm meeting in London next month. Call me Conian. Okay, well I don't know where that's coming from. That's the part that it's not even the part that you cut off. It's like including part that's still there. Maybe they thought it was like Sir Conian, you know? But I think it's just like we use the whole thing because like that's what it used to be, you know? We got used to it. Sounds Finnish. That feels like it would be an insult. Or if you're talking about zirconian. I don't know which ones are insulting. There's always like if you like mistake someone's country, especially in Europe, like some people like if you say the wrong one, like people are really insulted. They're like, "How dare you think I'm Dutch?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, I didn't know." Yeah, it's easy to get confused. But I guess it would be the same thing if someone was like someone thought I was American, you know? This streamer called Leanne who seemingly picks an arbitrary portion of the name to use in his talk. I mean, usually you would use the first part, no? I feel like I would normally use the first part, but it depends on the she calls me wildebeest, but why? Okay. Maybe you just okay, look, when you're streaming, people have like all sorts of names. And like sometimes it's like so hard to decipher people's names, right? It's like a string of just letters in your brain, you know? And when you're streamer brain, you don't realize there's a word in there, you know? So you just kind of like say whichever part catches your eye in the moment. And then that's just your name forever, okay? You just have to stick with it. Unless you specifically say, I would like to be called this, and you like stick with it, you know? Like you gotta keep reminding people, depending on how good they are remembering. Because sometimes like someone will come in, and then they'll be like, I want to be called this, and it's like, it's not related to their username at all. It's like someone comes in like if their Conan came in and was like, oh, actually just call me Lewis, and I'm like, okay, like you gotta remember that. But like if they come around often, then I'll remember that. But if they said that and then 6 months later they come back, like I might not remember. We should want to call them a beast. Yeah, maybe beast just didn't sound right to them, you know. When Zirconian changed to Zircon, I was doubting which one to use because maybe suddenly hate the Ian. Maybe Ian, just terrible name. Sorry to anyone named Ian. Call me Eugene. Yeah, like when like some people do that. Some people do that, and I'm like trying to remember, but like it could be a mixed bag, you know. If it's like completely unrelated to the username, then sometimes it's like I can't remember unless I'm like constantly reminded of it. I know there's a way to add like a note. You can like change someone's name, but like sometimes it just kept resetting for me, so then I couldn't really like I couldn't change it. And then I couldn't be bothered to just like type in everyone's name. You know, it's like if I remember, I remember. Usually I'm fairly good at remembering, but I feel like my memory has been I don't know, my memory is like weird because like I would say like I must have a fairly good memory because like, you know, I went through school, like I did well in school and like I think I have like a good like short term memory if you like remember these things, like whatever. If it's like a test or something, right? But like when it comes to like remembering like stuff that happened, like I'm like really bad. Like I'm like if you ask me like what did you eat for lunch yesterday, I'm like I don't know. Like I cannot remember those things. And I think the way I store memories is like really weird. Ian is an old guy's name. You're too young and hip for it. Is it? Who are old guys named Ian? Ian. I don't really know any. I don't really know any Ian. Ian McKellen. That sounds familiar. Is it an actor? It does sound familiar. Um, I heard that. Sorry, this is really random, sort of. I heard that the new Alien movie is quite good. I watched Moist Critical's video on it, and he said it was really good. But I always get confused because the guy who made Alien, his name is I can't even remember. There's a guy who made it, and then there's a character in the movie. One is called Ripley, and one is called Ridley. Like, why would you do that? Like Ridley or Ripley? Why would you name the character Ridley or Ripley? That's too similar to your own name. Why would you do that? So I don't like stuff like that. Like I will forever like I still like in Elden Ring, a lot of the characters have like similar sounding, like all the people from the same like family, like if they're siblings or like, okay, these people are siblings. One is um like they name every person in the same family like a similar name. So there's like Renala and then there's Rolana. So I'm like, it's always like I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that writing like trope, writing like whatever they're doing. And then the worst thing is like when you complain about it, some people are like, oh, they have the same name because they're family, and I'm like, yeah, that's part of the that was made up by them, you know, like it's not a real family, like they made it up. Either Elden Ring people or George R. R. Martin, one of them decided this. Again, maybe I'm surprised you not only watched but enjoyed Poor Things. It's pretty good. If I did enjoy it. I liked I was expecting it to go in a much darker direction. Like the entire first part of the movie, I was like on edge. I was like something bad is gonna like I obviously like bad things did happen in some sense, but like I was like because like she's basically like a child walking around unsupervised. I was like, oh my god, something like really awful is gonna happen. Especially because like the movie was tagged with like horror and stuff like that, or like I was like, oh my god, like I do not know what's gonna happen. And I was even like googling it. I was like, oh, like are certain things gonna happen? But nothing to the level that I thought was gonna happen did happen. Luckily, and some parts are definitely uncomfortable. Though. Like I did look away at some parts. um, but yeah, I thought it was enjoyable. Not enjoyable, I guess. As in, it was enjoyable to watch, but I thought it was good. Speaking of Ian McKellen, you have reached the third Lord. How many Lord of the Rings books are there? I'm gonna guess there's only 5, but they're very thick books. That's my guess. And not including like Hobbit books. I would say like speaking of Lord of the Rings. Trying to predict too much what's gonna happen, that would ruin the experience for me too much. I know I'm not the kind of person who's like, okay, it depends on the movie. Actually, it depends on the movie. Some movies are so like some movies I can't help but be like I think this is gonna happen, you know? Because sometimes it's like too obvious. Like sometimes if they like really play into certain like storylines or whatever, then it's like, oh, I can kind of feel what's gonna happen. And it's really annoying when like a movie like goes exactly how you expect. It's like it's not really like it's not really what I want. But it was more for this one. It was more like I was a bit worried, you know. Like I was just worried for her, you know. I just really felt like bad was gonna happen to her, especially because you know she is very naive and not very careful. They're gonna say 2, even though Kanye said he's on the 3rd book. Yeah, okay. Best guess? Yeah, only one book. Maybe Draconian's lying. He knew I was gonna try and guess, so that he was lying to me. That'd be a really terrible guess. Yeah, it's something I said before, but I hate when you complain about some like writing. Like if you're like, oh, I don't like I didn't like that this character did this. I felt like it was like if you're like complaining about something on like a writing level, like you're like, oh, I thought it was bad writing when they did this in the show, right? Or like if you're like, oh, when this happened in Lord of the Rings, I didn't like it. But then like when people come back with like a lore reason of why that happened, you're like I feel like it's so annoying because it's like that's like if you come with a lore reason, that's part of the writing. Like it's I feel like people do that a lot, but maybe they just don't. Maybe they don't understand, or like maybe it's just like a misunderstanding. But like it's like a lot of times I just feel like I've been seeing it a lot in like movie discussions or like game discussions and stuff like that. It's so stupid. I didn't kind of understand what terrible things they're talking about, but when I was watching, I didn't even spend like half a second thinking of it. I think it's just like female perspective, honestly. Because like when I was just seeing the situation like that, I was like, I was so concerned, you know. And people just think a song is internally consistent. It's great writing. Yeah, yeah. Maybe that's just why they're like, oh, like, but like there's like a lore reason or whatever they think that's good writing. I think um speaking of like Elden Ring and stuff like that, I think there's a huge difference between like good world building and good writing. Cause like I think people really mistake that. Cause like I think something can have really good like I'm not the best person to speak about this because I'm not like a lore person, but like Elden Ring seems to have a very at least very robust world building, but there is not much of a there's not too much of a narrative, right? As someone who kind of spammed their way through the game and skipped a lot of cutscenes, maybe I'm not the right person to speak about this, but as far as I can tell, it doesn't have a very coherent story. If you're just like a casual person playing the game, not reading the item descriptions and stuff like that, I don't really. It's kind of unclear what's happening in the story. It doesn't have a very strong narrative. It's not the same. Like I feel like having a narrative is not the same thing as having a lore. Men are too naive and permanent bliss brain. Maybe men are the infant brain. I'm kidding. Maybe just speak for myself. Maybe that runs through the minds of fault. Probably, yeah. That's a good point as well. Um, but yeah, I did think it was. I didn't realize that it was so controversial. But then thinking about the movie now, I'm like, okay, I can see why. I can see why. Like, but I thought it was the point because like people were like, oh, like they're kind of perpetuating the thing of um like she is a grown woman with a child mind, and that's kind of like a trope, I guess. But like I thought that was like the point that all the men like really liked her. Like she was very like weave excuse. Isn't it usually the opposite? Isn't it usually like they have the body of a child, but they're actually like 1,000 years old? Yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, like I thought that was the point. Like even though she was like literally a 10-year-old in her brain, um, like all the men were like just enamored with her, right? Even the nice one, Max, like was like still into her, even though he saw her like literally like a child. Like even he wanted to like marry her in that state, which is really strange. And some of it was quite like direct. Like Mark Ruffalo's character is like, oh, like at some point when she learns, she's like reading and she's like learning. He's like, oh, like you're like, and she starts being more like eloquent. He's like, oh, you're losing your cute way of speaking or something. So like he doesn't like that she's like maturing, and actually like is able to think for herself. So I thought that was like the point, but on obviously like people can read different meanings into it. The second half of the second Lord of the Rings book is boring as heck. So I was like reading Reddit to see if other people agreed because I wanted my feelings validated. Some people were like, "Oh, Tolkien wrote their long and boring travel in a long and boring way." How really? Oh my! I hate stuff like that. I hate stuff like that. Some people, I think, just some people, some things just have like too intensive fanboys, and they'll just defend it with their like the people. Some people just like take like, but I mean like, oh, like like oh that's your opinion. I thought it was, I thought it conveyed the message, whatever. Like people just saying that. Like I feel like some people take it personal. Like some people take it too personally. I think that happens so much with Elden Ring. I read a lot of Elden Ring discussions, and people take it personally if you insult it. Um, and then like I would say like maybe Lord of the Rings. I don't know, but like um, what other franchises do people do this? Like maybe like Star Wars. Um, but like I don't know. Um, but yeah, I hate when people I hate when people defend. Yeah, I guess that one's not the same thing as like defending on like the wrong level because like they're still talking about it from a writing perspective. But like when people are like when something's like bad and people are like, oh, how genius, like then people will defend it with their life. An insatiable curiosity is something I find attractive, being the same way myself, but those dudes didn't know why she was like that. I mean, yeah, I definitely thought she was more attractive later on. But like I'm just talking about when she's um like Max literally saw her like pee on the ground. Like she was not potty trained. Like she was so young. Her brain was she was so developmentally young that she was not potty trained, you know? Like like that for example is like what the hell? But yeah, it's like it's I think the point was like I don't remember Mark Ruffalo character's name. Was it Duncan? I keep calling him Mark Ruffalo. But yeah, Duncan. He likes her when she's like, you know, just completely naive and impressionable, right? Andrew Tate, kind of. Andrew Tate probably watched Poor Things, and he was like, "Damn, Mark Ruffalo, role model." But then he probably hated him later on. The second book is definitely the weakest point for sure. The Hulk. The Hulk. No, but then I was thinking about it. I was like, I actually know Mark Ruffalo from, if you guys have seen 13 Going on 30, it's like a chick flick, but he plays, so the main character in 13 Going on 30, she's 13 and she enters her 30-year-old brain's mind. And then Mark Ruffalo is the love interest. I was like, hold on a second. Mark Ruffalo is just always in these movies where the grown woman has a child brain. What does that say about it? Maybe they hired him. Maybe they hired him because they saw 13 Going on 30. And they're like, he could do it again. But 13 Going on 30 was surprisingly wholesome. Like nothing like bad happens. Nothing like, you know, nothing really happens while she's in the child brain. She goes back to 13 and they're both 13 and then yeah, and then they grow up and get married and stuff, whatever. But like yeah, I was like that's an interesting coincidence. What are the odds that he would be in two movies like that? But yeah, I always thought it was a bit weird still in 13 Going on 30. Because like if you were talking to someone and they were like okay, you guys like we're all like, you know, possibly above like, I don't know, 20, 25. But like when you talk to like even like a 16-year-old, it's very clear that, you know, like obviously like some 16-year-olds can be very like intelligent and stuff like that, but like they're still very obviously a teenager, you know? So like I do wonder like if there really was, if you saw Emma Stone, beautiful, you're like, oh, Emma Stone, beautiful, and then you're speaking to her and like her brain age is like 12, like wouldn't you be like wouldn't you notice, like wouldn't you be like, this person's like, you know, like wouldn't you be like, oh, like this person's kind of immature? Like I feel like you would notice because I feel like it's very clear. I guess it depends like how deeply you talk to them, but like it would like he spent like months with her, you know, like you should have realized. And I'm primarily from Zodiac and Shutter Island. He's on Shutter Island? I didn't know this. In the Hulk, he's a dumb baby monster, and only later on in Endgame does he mature. You're right. He's the same. So many. But in his human form, he's very intelligent man. You know, he's a grown man. And welcome in AJ. Hope Toronto is treating you well. It is hot today in Vancouver. Talking to high school because of the FBI line. No, I mean like if you just like if you talk to like I mean like especially like in Twitch as well, like when someone comes into chat and they're clearly like a child, you can tell. Like you can tell. Like maybe not like just be just talking about like a movie or something, but like, you know, yeah. And welcome in, Weezy. Hope you're doing well today. You mean their brain? Oh, okay, wait. I'll let you finish that. But I don't just mean like if you talk to someone like young, like if you're talking to like a kid or something, then like you know, like as sometimes kids can surprise you with, you know, stuff they say, or like, you know, they might be smarter than you initially anticipate, but like they can still like there's still like a level of maturity there that is not Like there's still like you can tell, yeah, like you can tell. So like I have a hard time believing that like in the obviously it's like a very fictional, fantastical story, but like if someone had the brain of a 10-year-old but they look like an adult, like I think you would like would you be like, oh, I should pursue a relationship with this person? Like no. Um, and I think that was the point. Like he only cared about her looks. You know, he only cared about her looks, and he wanted. Um, he didn't really care about who she was as long as she was like agreeable. You know, brain is still 12-year-old thinking, but they're in high school. I mean, some people are just like that in general already. Although you can at least here, like if there's no middle school, you can start high school when you're like 13, so it's not that different. Kids have a certain energy about them that they really can't hide. Exactly, exactly. I think the lack of life experience really comes through like in certain topics, right? Like for example, like but then sometimes adults kind of behave like that too. Like sometimes they're like I love reading like Reddit, like um like am I the a-hole or like relationship problems or whatever. Like I like reading about that. And there's some of them where like everyone commenting are like, okay, like are you guys 16 or are you like adults? Because like there is it seems like you guys are like children, but if you're not, then concerning. Like it's just like it just some things feel so like I don't know. Like I feel like when you're younger, certain things certain things like you think a lot of things are such a big deal, but as you get older you're like how did that even bother me at all, you know? Like I wouldn't even think twice about that now. And the new generation is growing up with TikTok and all those terms, not surprising. Too old to figure out the new words. Okay, that too. If they start saying like skibbity or something like that, then that's also a dead giveaway. Can you imagine? Can you imagine watching um that'd be a very different movie. Reading Reddit, yeah, I put like a screen time restriction on Reddit because I was like, I think it was rotting my brain because I also think like half the stories are like made up, and you read too many like weird takes on Reddit, you know? When you start thinking like certain things are like people are just like that, you know? Like you're like, oh, like you start having a very negative view on humanity, but you're just reading Reddit, like you're just reading like Reddit, like incel, like vaguely disguised stuff, you know, like and you're like, I can't just read this, you know. Adults behaving like a children's idea of an adult. For real, for real. I'm gonna get the new gen to play Yakuza games. I'll get a taste of the real world examples in that game. I don't know what's in the Yakuza game, but maybe, I don't know. Reddit and Twitter is a dumpster fire. True. Twitter's worse. Twitter's worse, I think. We're just spending all day reading rage bait. There's so much rage bait. Oh my gosh. It's like there's so many things that seem like weird incel fantasies. They're like, oh yeah, my my really hot wife, eh, like I don't even know what it would be like. Oh, she cheated on me, so then I exposed her in front of her whole family, and then everyone clapped. You know, like you're like, bro, really? Some of it is like some of it is like so obviously made up. And also, yeah, with I think a lot of the I think a lot of Reddit stories are like chat GPT for real. Cause like sometimes like people will post a story and then someone will post in the comments, they're like, oh, the same story was posted yesterday, but with the genders reversed, for example. Or like just like some details changed. So like I think sometimes it's like people copying stories and just changing like maybe they're just changing in the genders for like social experiment or to like prove a point. Um or like I don't know. Or just like ChatGPT copying from existing stories. See so many of those AI text to speak Reddit post shorts on YouTube. I have not seen those. Where it's just like an AI reading Reddit posts. I mean, to be fair, like Reddit is like content, but like just reading it out, I don't know. I like reading I like certain Reddit like okay, I don't know if Reddit content creators are a thing, but like This one YouTuber I watch sometimes does like Reddit, like reading Reddit stories, but like I feel like they have to like add to it, you know. Otherwise, I would just go read the Reddit story, you know. Like I feel like there needs to be like a discussion or like at least some sort of element of entertainment to it, you know. But sometimes it's fun to discuss it. Imagine a Reddit influencer. Maybe that exists. I don't know. Reddit only for certain things like how to fix things and video game function stuff. Yeah, I need to stop like just scrolling the homepage. I think it's really bad. That's why I set the restriction on it because I don't think I should do it. But yeah, I think like in the past I definitely just use it to like look certain things up. It is useful for like getting people's opinions on certain things or like getting recommendations for certain things. I think Reddit could be really good for that, especially like they have like very specific subreddits, right? Um, but yeah, I think like reading too much of fake stories and stuff is a bad idea. Did you Reddit account and Twitter account a while back? Free to I have a Reddit account, but I mainly just have it so I can like I don't like post anything or like comment anything. Once in a while I will downvote someone if I really have to, you know? Sometimes there's a really comment that I don't like, so I need to downvote it, but other than that, I don't even actually like use it for anything except for joining certain subreddits so they can be on like my feed. But yeah, I still have a Twitter account actually, but I don't remember the last time I like used it. I think it's been like at least a year since I even like I sometimes like check it occasionally, but like I don't like post anything or read any tweets because I've completely stopped using Twitter. But yeah, for actually like before I started streaming, I didn't have any like personal social medias. Like I had actually like stopped using all social media before I started like not because of streaming, but like long before I started streaming, I basically just stopped using all social medias, right? I basically just had like now I just have like Facebook Messenger. Like I don't have a Facebook page, but I have like Facebook Messenger because some people only have me on there. But like yeah, I don't use any social media. But then like when I started streaming, I would use like Twitter and Instagram. But now I don't even use those. I'm like I like cannot be bothered now. Like these days, I stopped using Twitter a while ago, and then Instagram I was using for a bit longer, but now I don't use it actually now. Um, you tapped yourself in Reddit for when I was doing testing and data mining for the Breath of Wild things you didn't know Discord. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. I mean, stuff like that is fine. I think. Like I like it depends on the video game, but certain video game subreddits and stuff like that, it's nice. Um, I like reading like if I'm watching a show, I like reading the Reddit discussion as I'm watching the episode. I think it's fun because it's like you're discussing it with friends that you don't have. Like if I don't know anyone who's watching this show, especially, then I'll read the Reddit discussion after each episode. I think it's interesting to see people's thoughts on it, and then also like sometimes a lot of people will find stuff that you didn't know about, right? Like I tend to miss a lot of things when I'm watching shows, like especially small details or Easter eggs or whatever. So I think it's cool to see that. Your information doesn't stay on that. It could be found via Google search or a third-party website. Yeah, probably, probably. But yeah, so I didn't like delete my. I still have my Instagram and Twitter up. I just haven't used it in like a year. Um, but yeah, it's I haven't posted on Instagram since like December. But even like late last year, I was like I was like not really into posting photos anymore. I was like, you know, what's the point now? It was fun for a while, but now I'm like, I just can't be bothered. I'm just too lazy. I would be the worst influencer. I'd be like, oh, I'm tired of taking photos, guys. I'd be such a privacy dork if it wasn't for Pokemon Go. Are they selling all your location data now? Oops. My headphones! They're falling. Need a better system for these. Nowadays employers look at stuff like that, like see who and what type of person they're hiring. I mean, yeah, I just assume they Google your name and see what comes up. I would assume they are, but yeah, I don't have any personal social media. I'm sure like Facebook still has that information somewhere. I'm sure they don't actually delete everything, but as far as like actually using the site and stuff like that, I don't have anything. I just like I don't know. I think it's more just like I didn't see the point of posting stuff. Like I don't see the point of like I just feel weird like I don't know, like some people obviously enjoy it and like I don't have anything against I'm not like anti social media or anything like that. Like I'm not like oh I'm better than everyone else because I don't have it or anything like I don't think that at all. But like for me it's just like for me it just felt like a bit of a hassle. And like I didn't really like care to share stuff. I think I'm more like I take a lot of photos and stuff like that, but I usually just keep them for myself or um like you know just with like people I care about or whatever. But like I don't really like feel the need to share stuff about my life, you know? I'm not like, oh, like posting like I just got a new job or I just got this or whatever. I don't really care. Exercising your GDPR rights recently and purged some accounts. Nice, nice. Yeah, I wish I could like go through and like delete every account I don't use, but it's like it's such a hassle. I'm getting your Riot account. Nice, nice. Yeah, I need to. Yeah, I mean, I sometimes go through like my saved password and stuff like that, and if I know I don't use that account, I try and go delete it. But it's it's a bit more hassle than it works than it's worth sometimes, you know. And there's some sites that like you had a website, you had like an account on it, but the site like shut down or something. You're like, what am I gonna do? Some are more hassle than others. To manually send it. Yeah, some of them you have to like send an email and be like, please delete my account. It's like it's annoying. My social media or LinkedIn is the amount of information more cost, they hold into information for a month before actually getting it deleted. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. I mean, as long as it eventually gets deleted, it's fine. But yeah, I just never bothered like properly like deleting everything from like their database or whatever. But sometimes I do go through, but it's just there's so many accounts. Like I feel like I must have like hundreds of random accounts, you know. So it's just like it's such a hassle to get through everything. Welcome in, RJ. I am already sitting down, so I wasn't planning to stand up. I would be off camera. I'm doing good. How about you? Use a website called Mine to track down where your information is at. Request a third party to remove that information. But now they have your. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, that is helpful as well. And welcome in, Momo. What are we talking about? We're talking about social media. Our use of social media, deleting our information from social, you know, stuff like that. Well, the real me just say stand up. I said I can't stand up. I'll be off screen. If I stand up, I'm too tall, you know. Yeah. So these days, I mean, I literally just I use Discord quite heavily, as you guys know. I think it's different because I have my own. Like I have my server, you know. So I usually just hang out in there. What if you were too short? And I could stand up and be the same height as when I'm sitting down, then that would work. I could stand up. The fake Miju anyway, yeah. The fake Miju subs in on Saturday. Real Miju is just sleeping in. Mine simply site defines stuff left over from an email used from previous accounts used to own or currently using. Yeah, that's useful actually. I usually just use like anything I have a password saved for, because I use like password manager, then that means I probably have an account with them. But there's probably some that like I didn't save into the password manager and just like it just lost. I can't be bothered. Anytime I heard of something being deleted and not even keep on the server side for any period of time is when you text like old school, like not DMs on socials. Yeah, I like don't use like we were talking about last week about like phone plans and stuff like that and like text or anything like that. And like I'm like I don't. When's the last time I used like actual like SMS texting? You know, like I was like I don't even do that. You went through your password manager to look for accounts you don't use. Yeah, I do that too. It's just you need like a good chunk of time to get through and delete the accounts. This doesn't hold anything if you request to get this. Or mine, not yours. It's permanently. I mean, yeah, they'd probably have to. For a website that does that, it would be kind of hypocritical to keep your data and sell it to advertisers. I'm thinking of getting an email service that lets you make aliases for every single thing I sign up for. I noticed that like sometimes like, when you make an account on like iPhone, it will be like it will give you an option to hide your email. I was like, oh, I guess that's kind of nice. But I know like my original email, like my original email that I made when I was like a kid, that one I think is just like completely like leaked everywhere, you know? Because like when I look in the spam folder of that email, there's so much. All the Linux privacy hacker nerds to find out if they were hanging on to the information. Yeah, there would be a Mudahar video on that immediately. Use two-factor authentication and passkeys and password manager. Nice. Yeah, you should just use like. Okay, I wish. I know Google Chrome has like a built-in link with like iCloud keychain. Cause like the problem I have is that like a lot of my passwords are on my phone on like the iCloud keychain, and then a lot of my passwords are on my PC. And then like so on like the Firefox password manager now or like Google password manager now. And I know you can like link it, but I only found out recently that you could there's like an iCloud app on the PC, so I could like actually just put stuff in there. But then I was like, it's so annoying to like I have like some of my passwords are saved there, and sometimes the same password is saved in both, but they're different. And I'm like, which one is right? It's like it's such a disaster sometimes. And welcome in, Dijon. I've been good. How about you? And yes, we will watch the random clip. You pay for your password manager. Well, I'm not paying for mine. Sorry. Why am I so happy? I would say I'm like average amount. No, I'm not like if we don't really happy. Am I? What if we do all this and we don't need the food? Bambi. Oh no, I killed Bambi's mom. And dad. Wait, it's good. That was good. That was clipped by a stat. I can just get two of these and the endgame nerds play self-host your own password manager. Okay, let's not even go there. Come on. That is such a try-hard thing to do. I've kind of just accepted that like you can unless you're like living completely off the grid, some amount of your passwords or not passwords, like some amount of your data is gonna be out there. You know, I feel like no matter what you do, as long as you're on the internet, some of your data is gonna be out there. Pay $45 per year for the one password manager. I mean, whatever works for you. I'd say happier, but definitely more uppity, higher energy today. Don't know, man. I just drank coffee, so maybe I'm just caffeinated, man. But I would say I'm generally a pretty happy person. I remember we would always do I remember we would always do like how is everyone today on a scale of 1 to 10? And then we had like such a discussion about what like the default number is. Cause I was like, if someone asked me like how are you on a scale of 1 to 10, then I'd be like, I feel like an average day would be like a 7 or an 8. You know, I'm like usually like, you know, like nothing, as long as nothing like bad is happening, like I feel like it's chill, you know. But then like I think it was Mark who kept saying like the average should be like 5 because it's like in the middle. But I'm like, that means it's like I feel like 5 is quite low. But maybe that's like my Asian grade brain where it's like B is failing, you know? Like, it's gotta be like 90%. I don't know. The caffeinated life. I'm trying to get you through your first cup right now. Good cup of coffee is always great. Um, Passkeys are gonna be the new login stuff. I don't know about this passkey thing. I'm sorry. I'm not like a tech person. I'm not up to date. You get like a 3 or a 4 all the time? Really? That's like a default? That seems quite low. The default changes with seasons, highs in summer and lows in winter. That's true. That's true. I feel like I also have that. Like I don't have like seasonal depression, but like I think we all kind of have like you don't really notice, like you're just like living your day, like especially here in Vancouver. Especially here in Vancouver, it's like you're like, most of the days it's kind of like overcast, rainy, whatever. But then like when it's like really nice and sunny out, and then you look outside, you're like, damn, this is nice. Like, you don't really realize that how much the weather is affecting your mood until it's like really nice out, and you're like, oh, I feel great, I don't know. Follow me. Thank you. Asking you something you log in, something common like a phone or the USB keys. Oh, I have that. I have that for work. It's really annoying. Well, 7, what's your secret? You have around 2, Dijon? Okay, what? Maybe we all don't have the same scale, okay? I would say like, if one, like, okay, 10 is like a really, really good day. Like, maybe not like the best day of your life, but like, like a pretty, like a perfect day, And then like 1 would be like rock bottom, okay? I don't think you can just be maybe you can be at rock bottom constantly. I don't know your life, but like 10 is like connects on this down like then we could never be 10s or going. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I would say like 1 is like, one, I would say like 1 is like rock bottom. But I feel like if you're always below like 3, then you probably like that requires some like amount of action. Like I'm not a professional, but like it requires something. You're in the middle. 6. Okay, yeah, it's okay. After hearing all these things, like 6 sounds great. Good job. Yeah, they are down bad on the scale, on the happiness scale, apparently. But yeah, so maybe we all just have different scales. I don't know. Like you guys are much harsher on the scale, but I don't know. If you average less than a 4, you're not living your best life. Yeah, I would say so. I would say if you're averaging less than a 4 on my scale, then I would be like, maybe you need some professional help, or maybe you need to change something in your life, or maybe maybe you're just going through an especially rough time. But that would not mean that you like that. If it's something like external factors, you're gonna get through. Like if someone's like, oh, like I'm homeless, or like I'm currently homeless, or like I'm very ill right now, then like understandable. But if it's like just your normal life, then I don't know. Y6 still looking for employment, now have a G2 to drive around. I don't know what a G2 is. I'm assuming it's a car. But I'm guessing the car is helping. So enjoy. Struggling with depression and GAD. I mean that's understandable as well. Like, but that also means like you're like aware of it. If it's not like I'm sure there's like if you're aware of certain things happening, but like I would say like if you're just like living your life and you think that's like normal, then you should probably like get professional help and get perhaps diagnosed or whatever. Not to be too dark. If you're greater than 4, you need to stop playing League or Valorant. Less than 4. Less than 4. So I think if you're above 4, you're probably not playing League or Valorant. Like I'm doing great, and I don't really play that much League of Legends. G2 license to drive. Oh, you have a license, you can drive. Okay. Yeah, we have different. Ontario driver's license system is G1, G2, and G. G being the full license anywhere. Oh, so you have, okay, we have the same thing, right? We have a learner's license, a novice license, and then a full license. But yeah, that makes sense. G2 is drive anywhere both certain time. Our novice license, it's like, yeah, there is some sort of curfew, but I don't really think it's like that enforced. It's also like at a really late time. And then you can only have one passenger in the car. Yeah, G2 is N. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I think N is a great step. Because you can drive without having someone in the passenger seat. You should always stop playing League of Valor. That's a good point. That's a good point. Maybe your life would just be better. You'd have more free time, you know. And welcome in Dream World. Hope you're doing well today. I hope you're at least a 6 out of 10 on the happiness scale. We should stop with the scale. We should stop with the scale. We gave up on the scale a while ago. It's too controversial because everyone has a different range. Driving on a normal road, you're already used to it. Nice. You're doing fine. That's good. I am doing pretty good. You're not doing the scale for a reason. That's true. It's true. It's too. It doesn't achieve the. It doesn't achieve the information that we expect. You know, like we end up just disagreeing over the levels of the scale and what the scale represents. You know. But yeah, it's a. I think that could just happen with just quantifying stuff, right? I remember I used to watch Good Mythical Morning quite a bit, and then they would do these like rankings where they rate stuff from like 1 to like 100. They would just do like a lightning round kind of thing and like rating food or whatever, and then like one of them would have like a really like terrible, like he would be like, oh, this is terrible, 60. And then he would be like, oh, this is amazing, 55. And then like everyone's like, bro, your scale is like really wrong. So then they start giving like they started this running gag where they have like an infographic and they have like a chart where it's like happy face, 80 to 100, neutral face. And it was like just an infographic on how to rate things, you know? Because like it was like so all over the place. So maybe some people have that problem as well where they can't quantify it. Small cars are making a comeback. Yeah, I'm a small car enjoyer. I think there's too many SUVs on the road. Like I feel like cars are getting bigger and bigger, and I also think that's a problem. I was watching a video about it. Especially like SUVs and big trucks, they have like such blind spots and stuff. He's in a very good mood. Nice. Because you managed to get tickets for me and your friend for the last 17 tour. 17, that's 17. Before most are going to military, although not the best seats, but what matters, you finally get to see your boys. And the last 3 times I had shows near me, I'm pretty sure they're not coming here. But I hope you enjoy. I didn't know they're going to go to military. I guess that makes sense. I don't know how old most of them are, but I hope you enjoy. I love 17. Crossovers are a good trend. Even RAV4 is huge, though. John Green had a podcast during the pandemic where he would read an essay about something and then rate that thing on a 5-star scale. It was pretty good. Oh, okay. I guess his scale was quite accurate. I feel like I trend too high. Like if I was like, I definitely do trend too high. I think it's just like left over from like grading and stuff like that. But like, I would say like if you watch like a really, actually no, if I watch like a really bad movie, I wouldn't have a problem rating it like a 3 or something, you know. You can drive a RAV4, but I prefer a smaller car. Oh, same. I learned how to drive in my mom's car, which is an SUV, and I was like, I didn't really enjoy driving. I was like, it made me kind of like, I was not ever comfortable driving, especially parking. And as soon as I switched to my current car, which is much smaller, I was like, it was like a whole new world. I was like, wow, parking is so easy when you don't have like a massive SUV, you know? Even though my mom's car is not that big, but like it's still like smaller car is so much easier. Recently in the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Orchestra World Tour is coming to Edmonton, really? In December? I wasn't expecting them to come anywhere near here. Wait, they're going to Edmonton. They're probably coming to Vancouver. Parents about RAV4 by Toy 2018 ERS. Oh yeah, my mom, I have kind of like the same situation. Car size. For reference, he rated the bubonic plague 1 star. Fair enough. The Monopoly, 2, like the game, 2 star. He rated it 1 above the plague. And Sunset's 5 stars. I feel like Monopoly deserves a little more than that. Like, I feel like it should be like 2.5. It's average. What are you guys' thoughts on Monopoly? I'm not a big board game person. I just think I'm not a huge fan of board games. Monopoly, I don't know. Like if I was at like a family gathering and they were like, "Let's play Monopoly," I'd be like, "Oh, okay," but I wouldn't like choose to play it, you know. But if I was playing it, then I don't know. I don't even know. Yeah, maybe I wouldn't even enjoy it in the moment. I remember like, I remember when I was younger, I really liked Clue. But Clue, like, once everyone has the optimal strategy, everyone figures out the answer in the same round. And I was like, and then like Clue is so boring. I was like, what is this? And then once I figured out the strategy, I no longer like Clue because it was like everyone would just figure it out at the same time, and I was like, what's the point? The game was invented by a woman as a criticism of capitalism, and then a dude stole it. Yeah, now it's like the most capitalist thing ever. But yeah, it's yeah, I think board games like that one just lasts a bit too long, you know. And it's like everyone just plays it quite randomly, you know. The 3 oldest are 95 liners, while the Maknae is a 99 liner. Oh yeah. And I guess Coops is the leader. He's not enlisting immediately at age 30, but Jonghyun is not joining because the restriction on travel close to enlistment date. Oh, okay. So only one of them is not joining the tour. But yeah, that makes sense. My favorite is Dino. You guys know. My favorite is Dino, and I think he's the Makna, right? He is. I think he's the youngest. But he's also like they're not like young, you know, like the youngest is like my age. Vancouver isn't on the tour dates. What? Edmonton December 13th and then Bangkok December 4th the next day. What? That's weird. Wait, they're going to Edmonton and not Vancouver? That's so rude. That's so strange. Wait, is Edmonton really close? If you drive to Edmonton, how long does it take? I thought it'd be farther away. When people on your feed use Monopoly as an example how real life should work, it should just be as like greedy as possible. Yeah, I don't think Monopoly is a great example of real life. Especially because when the Monopoly we had at our house was like Monopoly World something, and it was like you buy like cities, you buy like entire cities. So I don't think that's a good idea. And then you go to jail for like no reason at all, you know. That's not great. And you get $200 just for existing. Like maybe 2 to 3 hours. Oh, that's closer than I thought. I guess you couldn't go then. I guess maybe I wouldn't have gone anyway, but I feel like I'm sad I missed the Stardew Valley one. I feel like the Stardew Valley one would have been great. Maybe they'll do it again at some point. But yeah, so I guess I'm not a Final Fantasy fan anyway. I'm just offended that it seems weird that they would go to Edmonton and not Vancouver. It's I still need to. I'm gonna buy the games for my uncle like closer to when I actually go, in case he already has it or something. Um, but yeah, probably Crisis Core is away because I would I'm just kind of cautious because I know his dad wasn't a big fan of it, so maybe my uncle will feel like similarly. I don't know. But it doesn't seem like there's that many other options. It's like a lot of them are not available anymore, like physically or um I don't know. I think they have like two group. Maybe it's just like local orchestras. Yeah, maybe they have like a different group for the Asia tour. Cause like yeah, Bangkok is probably like a day ahead. No, that doesn't even make sense. It's probably not possible unless they get off the plane and immediately start playing again. But that seems like why would they do that? It's yeah, I keep saying like I haven't been to a concert in so long. But a lot of people don't come here. Even the Final Fantasy tour is not coming here. June isn't joining either because he's starting his acting career. What? Everyone's not joining the tour? What if you went to the tour and June is your favorite? What are you gonna do? As long as Dino and Hoshi are there, I would be happy. I don't know. I can't recognize all of them. I'm past the point of I'm past the point of like learning the members of groups. I just I just appreciate them for what they are. Cause even my favorite boy, Dino, he looks so different each comeback. I'm like, who even are you? Imagining scrambling to pack up and book it to the airport to make it to the next show, exactly. With all their like instruments and stuff. That's why the Canucks have to win to put Vancouver on the map. Has Edmonton won? Surely, right? Surely Edmonton has won. Yeah, it's probably not in a while though. I think a Canadian team hasn't won in a very long time. Yeah, it's yeah, I can't remember exactly why. Oh yeah, that's true. They made it to Game 7 very recently. But yeah, it's I can't remember what it was. I think it's some sort of logistical issue where going to Vancouver is very difficult. I guess because it's like kind of isolated and you have to cross the border, so it's like not super worth it. Can I tell your bias based on your username? Oh, yeah. Okay. Now that you say it, I understand. Those are your reasons your online friend didn't try for tickets to her two favorites. Oh no. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Maybe they're coming to Edmonton for pity. The Final Fantasy people, Square Enix was like, poor Edmonton. They have to live in Edmonton. Or not. Oh no, you mean for the Stanley Cup. But they should come here too. Vancouver made it to Game 7 twice, and they lost both times. But maybe they're scared, of the backlash. To big up Victoria, so Vancouver's not alone on the podcast. I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, I don't think Victoria's gonna make it. I feel like that's even more of a hassle. No, like they have to get on a ferry or something to perform. Although I'm pretty sure like who was it? Like was it like Elton John or something like performed in Victoria? Very weird. And welcome in Butter. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, it's I don't even know who's coming around. All I know is about Taylor Swift because it's like a big country event. But or it's a big event for the city, I guess. Welcome in Aladdin. Hope you're doing well today. If you accidentally set up a tour date thinking it was Australia or something and couldn't cancel. Yeah, it sounds like it. I said Elden Ring. Elton John is notoriously bad at geography. Trying to turn dark slightly, looks like it's gonna pour hard again. Well, at least it's not too hot. Sounds like a real hootenanny. It does. Taylor Swift concert. A lot of people would call it a hoot nanny. It's I don't. I was trying to keep an eye on like cool symphony events or like theater events and stuff like that, but nothing too exciting. I know Book of Mormon is coming back, but I've already seen it. Time to get the bucket to make sure your backyard doesn't turn into another swimming pool. Okay, good luck. God, I don't have to deal with that. Yeah, that's why I don't want a house. I don't want to deal with this stuff, you know. And a yard, oh, I don't want a yard, guys. Outside is gross. It's one bucket. Maybe they're like bailing it out. Like they're just like gathering the water and throwing it somewhere into the neighbor's yard, perhaps. I feel like a flood would be the worst. Because then all your stuff would get wet, you know? All your electronics would be waterlogged, you know? Like it would I feel like that would not be a fun time. Get a house that's separated should be fine. You live in a semi-detached house, so it's kind of bad. No, but then if you have a completely detached house, you're responsible for everything. That's annoying. And then saying sorry every time you empty the bucket in their yard. That's the true Canadian way. Do something really inconvenient and rude, but just say sorry, you know? And then you're fine. And then you're fine. Your basement is a walk-in, so it's not underground. That's good. At least it won't flood. When your backyard floods. Yeah, I feel like doing yard work would be like the most annoying thing. Like growing up, I didn't have a yard either, so I never experienced this pain. But stuff like mowing the lawn and like even like the small amount of plants that we do have on our property, growing up, like it just seemed like such a hassle. We had this fig tree, and the fig tree was so annoying. Like we had like one singular tree, and like it was causing such a problem. Like yeah, figs are good. Don't get me wrong. But like we would get like raccoons. So then we cut down the fig tree, but it still like tries to keep growing back because like we didn't get like all the roots. There's like so many roots probably underground. So it just like keeps coming back. It's like trying to grow a new tree now, and I'm like, we just like, can the tree just die? Mowing the lawn. Yeah, I feel like mowing the lawn just sounds very unpleasant, you know? I feel like I don't need a lawn. Like what am I gonna do with a lawn? Like sit outside on the grass? That's gross, you know? And then you have to deal with like it's yeah, it's just like dealing with the plants and stuff like I feel like growing the plants that you choose to grow, that's fine. But like you'd have like random plants and stuff like that, like just growing everywhere. Cause like we didn't ask for this fig tree, you know? Almost semi-attached compared to a house. You know, it's restricted. Deal with the city. Okay, that's true. Dealing with the city sounds annoying. Part of me wants to live off grid and grow my own food. The other half wants to live in a flat and not have to deal with anything. Yeah, I'm leaning more towards the condo lifestyle. I do like it. But it depends. I guess it depends on the situation, I guess. I wouldn't live off the grid though. I would never survive. Growing my own food seems like I'm not a fan of I'm definitely not a gardening person, you know. You guys know I have this one plant. I used to have 3 plants, but the other 2 died. This one is surviving somehow. I don't know how it survives like this. Look how much it grew down like here. Like it's like growing so many leaves. I don't know what's going on with it. I live in the neighborhood where your backyard sits, so semi-attached house is controlled by some corp. Yeah, I feel like yeah, if you and that's the same with a condo though. If you have like a really annoying strata, like that would be really like such a hassle. Or I hear like a lot of stories about like there's like what is it, homeowner association HOAs, and some of them can be like such a nightmare. And like these people need to like get out of my business, you know. I feel like I'd be so annoyed. It's trying to escape, probably. It probably is. It's like, please, I'm dying. HOAs with the devil. I'm sure some of them are like non unobtrusive, but like some of the horror stories you hear they're about them like asking, like they're like all up in your business. They're like, I can see that you're like, like your friend's like slightly the wrong color or whatever. Like, I feel like it was like it's like I feel like the people who run it must have like nothing better to do. But yeah, it's they can definitely some of them sound very overbearing, or they're just like constantly like spying on you and like seeing what you're up to. Like I feel like bro, get a life. Like why do you care what I'm doing? I feel like it'd be like my worst nightmare. Like here, like I like where I live, everyone kind of I think it's like a more of a Vancouver thing, but like everyone kind of minds their own business. Like no one really cares what everyone else is up to. So I think I have to just like live like that. Like if someone's like, I hate when people are like nosy. I'm like, cause I'm like kind of a private person. I'm like, please, like, what I do is none of your business. Get a hobby, start playing video games. Yeah, introduce your HOA to like World of Warcraft, and then they'll never bother you again. Our nightmare for delivery drivers. Why? Are you not allowed to leave deliveries in a HOA? I don't know. I don't. I thought they just control like how the houses like looks or something. I don't know. I don't know if they're common here. I've never really like I've only really heard about it like online. I've never heard about people like actually like I've heard of like stratas and stuff of course, but that's a bit different. No idea. Some Karens generally get up in their job. Why? Surely they're ordering stuff on Amazon too. I'll lock them in before. How are you? I feel like yeah, some people just have like nothing better to do than to like get in everyone's business and eh, like I feel like I don't know, as you get older, most people grow out of like gossiping and stuff and like caring about what other people are doing, but like some people just never grow out of it. We doing good, just got home from work. Nice, nice. And Chicano, thanks for the 40. I appreciate it. How are you? Um, 40 months. That is a long time. It's old. Imagine being 40. It's a Karen, they don't have anything else to deal with it. That's true, that's true. They're probably bored. They're probably just bored with their own life. Chicano is old. Oh no. I feel like before you might have been here longer though. You can't really say anything. You're following since February 2021, so you are actually older. Totally not my story. Why would anyone think that? Yeah, like none of us could be 40, right? We would be dead. um, yeah, it's maybe older, but Chicano is more of a consistent watch. Okay, we're making excuses. I see. Isn't there HOAs for condos and apartments? Well, it's a strata, but they do something else. Like their main purpose is not like um their main purpose is not what HOAs do, right? Like they manage like the maintenance and stuff on the building. Yes, the three stream shake. Let's go. Canada control and HOA is a bit more strict. Yeah, maybe they're a bit more intense than America. Because usually when I see like people complain about it, they're usually American. A bit of a yapper enjoyer myself. How much do you guys yap? Like if you guys how much do you like okay. You guys see what I do. How long do you guys think you could yap? Like how many on in terms of minutes or hours? Like at what point would you be like, I'm done, you know? Because I feel like I could yap for about 4 to 5 hours. Like on a Sunday where I don't have to leave for Pilates. Last time I streamed till like 12:30. So that was like 3.5 hours. I could probably do 4 at least. You heard HOA horror stories. I feel feeling some of them are being dramatic. Yeah, maybe I think sometimes like people threaten stuff too, and they like they don't have any like ground to stand on, you know? Give me a traumatic experience and you can yap all day. Okay, okay. I just mean in general about like nothing in particular, you know? Like obviously if there's a lot to discuss, then sure. But it's also like no one it's also yapping, but no one is talking back. You know what I mean? Like there's chat, but like it's not like a conversation. Not long. You're the best talker. Thank you, Aladdin. You can be starting on some trivial subject. I feel very strongly about. You could probably do 6. Okay, what topics could you talk about for 6 hours? I don't think I have a topic in particular. Actually, I probably would. I would say like um certain maybe like certain like societal subjects, I guess, like maybe that kind of thing. Um Something bad happens to me, I talk about it as much as possible to help, and I think as much well, I think it helps. Yeah, I mean, fair enough, fair enough. I mean, I think talking about things can be good. I'm gonna become a good talker like you. I think it's just something that's within. I think it's just like a personality thing, you know? Like, there's a difference between a good talker and someone who can talk a lot, you know? Like, have you ever had a conversation with someone who just talks a lot and they're like really boring? Like I feel like there's a difference. You can be a good talker without having to be able to talk nonstop for like 5 hours. You know, I feel like it's a separate skill. Means you're rocking the yapping meta, of course, of course. You did the PhD in yapology. I could, yeah, I could write my thesis. I could yap my thesis out loud. You get me started on World of Warcraft. You can go on for quite a while. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Which one do you think I am? I don't know. Well, you guys are still listening, so I can't be that boring, no? What would you write your apology thesis on? I wouldn't write on anything. I would just start talking, and it would that I feel like having a like structured essay would is not the point of yapping. It's just like when you start and then you just go. LARPer's got a lot to say. That's true. That's true. There's a lot that goes on in LARPing. We're still here because you can't get a word in edgewise. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. I would say. I mean, I think it just depends. I think it just depends. Sometimes I'm like, I can talk. It depends. It depends who I'm talking to. If I'm talking to someone who's very talkative as well, then I'm probably less. I'm probably less talkative. But if someone's very quiet, then I feel like I'll just talk. Like, I feel like I'd have to pick up the slack, you know? You'd yap on your apology thesis. Makes sense. Exactly, exactly. If you come in with like a structured thing, then like I think you'll fail your thesis. If you can fail a thesis, you probably can, right? Can't self-report yourself as a boring talker if I don't talk at all. Isn't like if someone tries to talk to you and then you don't talk at all? I guess it's a non-starter. I guess it's not that you're a boring talker. It's just you're not a talker. Bunch of funny people today. Your dad never shuts up too. No, I think yapping runs in my family as well, Aladdin. But it seems like you didn't inherit the yapping gene. Mija yaps about hot water. That's true. That's true. I do love a good hot water, but it's too hot today. It's almost like 30 degrees today. I can't drink hot water. You live your life by the rules, better to keep your mouth shut and look stupid than to open it and remove all that. Keep your mouth shut and look stupid, then open it and remove all that. Remove what? You mean it's better to just keep your mouth shut, but instead of saying something that would make you sound stupid? Oh, remove all doubt. Doubt. Okay, I was like, what are you removing? Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. I don't know. I think yapping a lot also comes with I think I'm not an easily embarrassed person. I think I have very little shame, I would say. So I'm not worried about looking stupid, you know? Because that happens a lot. I don't mind. Um, See, that's why I don't talk. Oh no, Aladdin. Basically talk too much and look dumb. Talk less and less problems. That's true, that's true. I mean, I do put my foot in my mouth a lot when I'm streaming. I say a lot of stuff that I'm like, that I feel like I might have come across the wrong way, you know? Especially if we're talking about something quite deep, you know? But I try not to talk about too much deep stuff on stream because I'm gonna say something weird and I'm not gonna convey myself properly, you know? I think I misspeak quite often. But that kind of just that does happen. Like if you're just saying a lot of stuff, then you're bound to misspeak. Like if you misspeak like 1% of the time, the more you talk, the more likely you are, right? Sometimes when I'm yapping, I realize I don't actually believe the things they're saying. Oh, you're just saying stuff that's meaningless. You mean not that you're spouting beliefs that you don't believe in. And welcome in, Kato. You'll have to yap about, so you get a pass. Okay, that's good. That's good. I mean, I think you guys give me a lot of subjects to yap about too, because you guys bring stuff up. I feel like if no one was chatting, then I would probably not be able to yap as long. Slowly looks at her doing that now. I mean, yeah, I think it's especially when you're streaming, it's like it's hard to like I would never do like a debate or something, you know, where I had to like really convey myself or like think about something very important. I feel like I wouldn't be able to do that when I'm streaming because it's like I'm like reading chat at the same time, so like sometimes I misspeak or I'll do a lot of times where like I do a lot of times where I'm saying something and then I'm reading something in chat and then I accidentally say the word that I'm reading. So then like you know, so I think stuff like that means like it's not really the best. It's not really the best like situation for saying something very meaningful. Or I just talk and then I think about it after. Oh no. So we shouldn't if you say something strange, we should just assume that you're just yapping. You enjoy your streams, I definitely believe you believed. I definitely believe you believe that we believe what you're talking about. Thank you, Aladdin. I'm glad you believe that I believe that you believe that. You don't think about it and then say something? Yeah, I definitely don't think very heavily before speaking. Like I'm not the kind of person where like I usually just say stuff that comes to mind as long as it's not like very rude, you know? I'm not just saying like, oh like I have no filter or whatever. I definitely have a filter, but I would say I don't think super like I'm not like very careful at speaking, right? Like some people really think about what they're saying and then say it. Definitely not like that. I'm more like a voice my thoughts kind of person. I try not to say things that are try not to say things that are like harmful and stuff like that, but I think the less you think about before you're speaking, like sometimes it can result in saying things that you didn't really intend. So yeah, I do misspeak and I do sometimes say things that I shouldn't have said. But I think it's definitely a trade-off. In case we're drinking hot water, it's warm. It's just like tea without the tea, man. It's warm and cozy, and it's healthy. Other day, me and my team were gonna have a Halo sesh, but only 2-4 showed up, so the two of us had a Yap sesh. That's like so now you can't insult me. No, now you can't flame me for when I would play when I would be like, oh, it's Breath of the Wild day, and then we would chat for 2 hours and then play the game. You can't even. Now you know how it works. And welcome in Remix, hope you're doing well, and welcome in Red Light, hope you are doing well too. You don't believe that you believe that I believe that you believe. No, I don't believe that's true, Mafork. You drink hot water every morning, better than any tea or coffee. Exactly. It's good for you. Hot water is just tea without the tea. It's coffee without the coffee, you know? Drinking water is good. I feel like people don't drink enough water. I'm a big believer. I'm a big believer in just drinking water. I think drinking. I mean, I'm a coffee enjoyer. Don't get me wrong, but you know, don't like every time you want to drink soda, just drink water instead, and you will be healthier. I think soda and juice and stuff is great as a treat, but I feel like your base liquids should be water. Breath of the Wild is a one-player game, though. I mean, we're all playing the game together, you know, or at least engaging in the game. You more of a boba? I like a good boba once in a while. Major Wise, thank you. You drink soda, water, boba, ice, mocha cap. Okay, well I see water in there, so that's nice. Water is better than tea. Thoughts? I mean, I guess so, but sometimes tea is really nice as well. We all contribute. Yeah, we're all contributing to the game. You like water. I'm glad. You like pho? I like pho, but not as much as Istan. We are water. That's true. We are water. That is a good point. You should love water, so you should love yourself, you know? I think it's important. Yeah. We're just little cups of hot water. I mean, I wouldn't say the water should be too hot. The water inside your body should be too hot. That's probably not good. I think it should be like body temperature, maybe, you know? I guess it's fairly warm for water, but it's not like hot, you know? We're just yapping. Okay, sorry. I should. You don't believe what you're saying. Are we all human water bottles? I guess we're just water bottles with like blood and other stuff in it, but I guess so, yeah. Probably not the most appetizing water bottle, but maybe. And then we have like the skin on the outside of the water bottle, you know? We're just brains had a giant mucins? Yeah. I would say that, yeah. We won't get into that. That's a whole thing, you know. You had to go to Costco yesterday for the biz because I'm done. I forgot to order a few items for delivery, but while I was physically there, you went ahead and re-upped on Shin for yourself. Nice. I have two. I got two. They're having a deal at H Mart for like two packs of Shin for a certain price. I got 2 packs. If you're any kind of water bottle, what kind of water bottle would you be? That would be my favorite water bottle, this one. Also, it's empty. I need to fill it up. I drank too much water. We were raised by water bottles in the water bottle kingdom. Yeah. I mean, at least I was. You love Costco here on the Meiji Game stream? I like Costco. I need to go to Costco and get some butter. You got 18 packs for like 15 bucks? That's a good deal. That's a really good deal, yeah. Less than $1 per pack. What's your favorite Minecraft mode? I've actually been playing a lot of Minecraft lately. Not really by choice. Jack is like super into Minecraft right now. So, but I hadn't played since they added the cherry wood. And then I made a house out of cherry wood because I was like, oh, there's a new cherry wood. But when I made my original house, I think you were here, right? When I first played Minecraft, I made my house out of the dark wood, like the dark brown wood, and concrete. No, I think it was just maybe dark wood and concrete and glass. You find a Costco size M&M bucket on an online market and it's $85. Okay, yeah, that's not worth. That's so expensive. Minecraft Survive or Die by Explosion Green Guys. Oh yeah, I hate those Explosion Green Guys. I think you were here. Yeah, you must have been, right? I think it's because the business Costco and lots of Korean people shop there, so they hook us up. Might be a loophole. I think they have Shin at my Costco too, no? Explosion Green Guys, all. The Explosion Green Guys, I don't like any of the green guys. I'm sorry. I'm not a fighter. Okay. I made a house and I like my favorite enemies are the zombie pigs. I like the zombie pigs and I like the endermans. But does anyone know a way there doesn't seem to be a way to keep the Endermans. You have to like trap them in like a boat or something if you want them to be captive. You can't just let them roam around like in a house because they can teleport, so they can just leave the house, right? So I was trying to figure this out. I wanted like a pet Enderman, but it doesn't quite work. Shin is too spicy for me. Spice tolerance isn't strong. Yeah, Shin is like the upper level of the spice I can handle. Like if I just have Shin without anything, like no egg, no cheese, nothing, then it's a little spicy. Started playing Minecraft recently with Kimmy and two friends too for the sale. Oh, it was on sale recently. Yeah, I bought it a while ago. What the fun? Yeah, I downloaded a few mods, and it's been good. I downloaded like a mini map mod because I kept getting lost. Cause I kept like just like leaving for a moment and then being like, where am I? I'm not like a huge Minecraft person. I think it's just because of like the art style. Like I have shaders and everything, but it's still like I understand the block system is very allows for a lot of freedom, but I don't know. I prefer building like in The Sims or something. And it's very complex these days, Minecraft. I don't like the crafting and stuff. It's one of the guys that turn your food dark red from chili. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you have a high spice tolerance. I grew up like not really eating spice at all, so I had to train myself to be able to eat Shin. Korean food is the best, so there's a really good Korean restaurant near me. Nice, nice. I don't understand why Minecraft needs a mod. Yeah, there's some. Okay, as someone who's playing Minecraft recently, there's some features that I'm like, why is this not in the game? Like, there's like a mini map would be great. Like, I feel like that wouldn't really be like that intrusive. Like, I get why they don't want like a whole map. But like, why not like a toggle for like a mini map, just so you can see like, especially like seeing like if you're playing with someone, being able to see them around you is really nice. Cause like they have like the name tag thing, but it's so hard. It's so hard to see. Because it becomes like a little blurry, like gray thing, and even when they go far enough away, it's gone. It's stupid. And then one thing, and I'm like, why isn't this a feature? Is like the torch. When you hold the torch in your hand, it doesn't light up the. It's not lighted up. Like I'm like, why is there's not even like a flashlight you can use. Like you can hold a lantern, but the lantern doesn't light up. And I'm like, man, it's too dark in the cave. I have to put torches on the wall or on the ground so it can light up. Like, why is this not a feature? That's like the most basic thing. Like, why is it not a feature? That was really annoying me. I was like, come on, most like sold game in the world, there's no flashlight. Like, come on, it's so dark. You wanna go to Shin Trading Trials? Well, you can already eat like the fire noodle ×2. I don't think there's anywhere for you to go, Chikano. You can train your spice tolerance. You can. Get a mine to craft stuff with and craft stuff to mine with. That's true. I think no map helps with the exploration aspect. Yeah, but like a mini map would be fine, I think. Or at least like it doesn't have to be a mini map. Like sometimes there's like a compass. Like some games have like a compass where like there's like icons on the compass. So the icon on the compass could be like your friend, right? I think that would be totally fine. Or like you could just have like you can have some sort of waypoint for like your bed. I think that could be nice. For people who get lost a lot like me. No flashlight mid-craft. Yeah, like what? Come on, no flashlight? I think there is a compass. I don't know, yeah. I'm here with 112.85, like you said. Oh, sorry, my negative 100. Yeah, you did like go off coordinates. It's so annoying. I think the people who are like so used to playing Minecraft, it's just like they don't notice these things anymore because they're just like so competent at it. But as someone who hasn't really played much Minecraft, some of these things are just like that's such a normal feature for a game that's like, why, you know? Just play Java Minecraft free mods for life. Yeah, I have. Okay, yeah. Also, I had to get a mod for controller support for the game. Like, best-selling, most copies sold game in the world. there's no controller support. Like what? There's only controller support on like certain versions, but like surely you could just have it on the version. But it's such a stupid thing. But yeah, I downloaded a mod for controllers. I have shaders and I have the mini map. Minecraft is relaxing for no reason. I mean, it depends what you're doing, I guess. Minecraft is stressful for me, but I only play with friends. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the game enough to play it alone. Oh, I streamed it, I guess. Why playing Minecraft with controller? Because my wrist was hurting from using the mouse. So I was like, oh, let me use my controller. But it doesn't even have, I had to like get mods so I could even use the controller. It's actually dumb because it's on every console ever made. Exactly! It's already on console. So there's already like controller mappings for the game. But it is really annoying. It's like so annoying to craft. I like actually don't even craft. I'm just like, Jack, can you make me like 15 planks? Like, or can you just make the planks for me? Like it does not, sorry, I hit the mic. It's really annoying to craft or even manage the inventory. My inventory is a mess because I can't even like, sometimes I just give up and I end up using my mouse to craft stuff. Actually at night I'm stressing. We turned off the day cycle. But yeah, you can use a lot of console commands to like change stuff. Java version originally started on PC, so no controller support. I mean, but they can just add it. Come on, they're like, it's not like they're like a small indie company where like it would be too much work to add it. Like it's like they could really just add it. How do Java players just memorize every recipe? So yeah, some people just play a lot of Minecraft. You can controller game on every game but Street Fighter. I mean, fair enough, fair enough. You get frustrated when games don't have basic stuff they should. Yeah, especially like, okay, I understand it if it's like, you know, like if it's like a game made by like one person, but it's Minecraft. Like, come on, it's Minecraft. Like, there's really no excuse for not having like a controller support, you know? So bad on keyboard and mouse. Yeah, I'm not very comfortable playing games on keyboard and mouse. Especially if it's first person, I think I have a lot of trouble. Like a sequel to the game will have less than what it had. Drives in bananas. Yeah, that's the worst. When they like remove features in the sequel, you're like, why would you ever do this? Can't play platform games with the controller. I mean, I guess it depends. But yeah, it's I hate when, okay, my pet peeve about platforming is when games that aren't platformers have a lot of platforming. Like in Elden Ring, there's like random platforming, and I'm like, this game, like, platforming games have certain good platforming games have certain like platforming like physics, right? To make it easier to platform. So like when you add it into a game that's not a platforming game, it's really frustrating. Because it's like it's not as precise as you need it to be to platform. Chat codes actually was made by one person. Perhaps. I do care about controller support, but they probably won't add any other basic features anytime soon if they've gone this long without them. Yeah, I think so too. Like the flashlight thing, come on. The torch should really just light up, like if you're just holding it. In games like FPS works better with a keyboard and mouse. Yeah, I agree. It's definitely easier to aim with a mouse. I think that's why there's a lot of like aim assist on when you play with controllers. Playing through Zelda Oracle of Ages right now, you'd be surprised how much platforming is involved in a Zelda game. Oh no. Good luck. Does Elden Ring have any yellow paint? No. You think Elden Ring with their most convoluted quest lines would give you a like a yellow paint? Like how the Doom series was consistent with their controller support? As in they always had controller support or never had controller support? Pulling a trigger on a controller feels more realistic. That's a fair point, but I don't know. I feel like the controller never immerses me in the game. Like on the PlayStation, they have that new feature where there's like an adaptive trigger, right? So like sometimes pressing the trigger is really hard. But without like super late, by the way, sound alerts. Yeah, but like I feel like I remember like immersed in the game. I was like, whoa, the controller, it's hard to press. Some games are good mouse and keyboard, but it's rare for me. Yeah, I'm definitely a controller. I'm definitely a controller. I prefer controller. Especially because I like sitting back and just playing game like here rather than like playing on the keyboard and mouse, I think. You've been trying the remastered Tomb Raider games for the Switch, but the platforming is so frustrating. Oh no, I didn't realize the platforming was hard. Because at least I've only played Uncharted, and like it's not really like platforming in the normal sense. It's more like parkouring, like jumping around, you know. Have you seen in Inzoi trailers, the Korean Sims? I've heard about it. I've heard about it. I don't know too much about it though. Your keyboard and mouse, Andy? Yeah, I mean, I feel like people just have like a preference. It's probably the game. It's probably due to like what they originally started gaming with or what they normally use. The game Jedi Outcast was definitely made for mouse and keyboard. One of your favorite? Jedi Outcast is fire. I don't know this game. Is it a Star Wars game? You prefer controller as well? Yeah, I prefer controller, but yeah, it's definitely more relaxed, and I feel like I could just sit back and enjoy it. But it depends on the game for sure. Some games I don't really mind playing on like for example like a point and click game like random game like Five Nights at Freddy's, for example. Like playing on controller sounds like a nightmare. I know they some they ported it over to like Switch and stuff, but like a point and click game is definitely one where I would use the keyboard and mouse. Or just mouse, I guess, because it's just point and click. You can slouch and play. Yeah, I like being farther away from my computer as well. Like I like sitting like a good distance back. I think ideally I like console, like sitting on the couch and then playing on the TV. I think that's a good like distance, I guess. You go keyboard and mouse for FPS too. Yeah, I haven't played many FPS games, but I would say like when I played like Alien, for example, where you have to like shoot and aim and stuff like that. I can't really aim on controller. I need like a really strong aim assist to aim on controller. But I'm generally just like bad in general, though. I don't really have a. I even when I play on controller, oh my god, I even when I play like, I'm always like pressing the wrong buttons and stuff like that. So, I'm not like preferring one over the other because of like proficiency, you know. Like me playing Minecraft, I'm like, I still like, I'm like really learning the buttons. You're just a keyboard and mouse gamer for FNAF. Yeah, I would say so. I would say. I mean, it depends. Yeah, I think any point and click game. Um. So games like that, I would play with keyboard and mouse. I do like a good controller though. But some games are definitely made for for keyboard and mouse. You know. Like example, if you're like typing a lot or something, like I don't even know. Didn't FNAF recently release a game based on the comics? Yeah, they released one based on the books. And maybe it's a comic as well, but yeah, based on one of the novels. I'm getting through it. I haven't finished watching it, but I was watching part of it. But yeah, it's based on one of the Fazbear Fright books. FNAF is the best. You never played it though. You don't have to. You don't have to. The dude who made FNAF is rolling in dough. But oh yeah, he is so rich now. You play Genshin Impact with the controller? I do. I know a lot of people don't play on controller, but I think it's totally fine on controller. Especially because it's like a mobile game originally, and then also it's on PlayStation as well. The mobile controller is totally fine. I'm actually like unable to play it on keyboard and mouse. I'm thinking of maybe doing a stream one time where I try and play on keyboard and mouse, and it'll be such a disaster. Um, Croissant man. He's French. No, he's from like Texas. Looks like a mouse and keyboard game. Yeah, I think most people play Genshin on keyboard and mouse on PC. But controller is like totally fine. What is this stat talking about? I think he's just talking about dough, and he's like dough equals croissant. Roll it up in dough like a croissant. Right. Made by Scott Croissant. Do the mouse and keyboard Genshin stream. I will eventually. I will eventually. I think it'd be fun. And I hate that some stuff feels so satisfying on controllers, but makes me play way worse in games like Hollow Knight. I mean, I would say just like play whatever feels the most comfortable, you know? Like like if it feels awkward on controller, then like just play whatever control scheme is most comfortable for you. I don't think it really matters. It's just funny mentioning something French all of a sudden. Yeah. I mean, like I feel like you know. I mean, with FNAF it's different though. Like there's like literally, speaking of Monopoly, there's like FNAF Monopoly. Okay, there's so much merchandise. I think all the money comes from merchandise for sure. It's like Star Wars and stuff, right? Like the movies make like nothing compared to all the toys. Playing Genshin on PC versus controller is backwards, while playing Genshin on console with the controller better. It's like the same. Okay, Aladdin. FNAF Monopoly, FNAF Bang. There's FNAF everything, man. It's like it's just the whole thing. FNAF Land. Yeah, there's everything you think. FNAF FNAF Heelys. Do people still have Heelys these days? Are they still popular? Surely they're still popular, right? Like they're just cool. It's actually not. Is it not? It's the same game as far as I can tell. I've played it on my PlayStation and the controls are the same. You told that joke a million times. I don't even know what debris cheese is. It's not brie. It's not a joke about brie. At least all our lawsuit waiting to happen. I mean, they've been around for like 20 plus years. I think there's gonna be a lawsuit. I think it would have happened by now. Other than the live stream, your favorite peripheral for playing Genshin is air. Is this a joke from the live stream? I don't watch the live streams. To this day, I've never watched a Genshin live stream. I just get all the information. I just you know, hear about what they said. You know, I'm like, oh, they said they're adding this. Same game, controller controls are weird on PC. I think it's the same. I remap some of them though, cause like they have that weird like Japanese PlayStation thing where like X and circle are like swapped, where it's like circle is yes and X is no. You know, I can't remember which it is, but it's weird. So many people getting injuries from the Heelys. I mean, I think that's their fault, you know. Basically that. Oh, you can change. There's a setting for that. You can just change it. I got used to it, but then now that I play like going from Elden Ring to Genshin, it's so confusing. I'm like pressing the wrong button all the time. Or this Korean Street Fighter player with a custom stick who has WAS on his right side for movement and 8 keyboard buttons on his left for attacks. It's unhinged. That is weird, yeah. I feel like everyone has like weird control thingies, you know, with like where like I feel like everyone has a different opinion on like what they want mapped to what button, you know. I don't have like some people are like, oh, you have to have like sprint on control, and some people are like, you have to have sprint on shift, you know. But like it's like a whole thing. But I'm not like good enough at any control scheme to like really have a preference. I just kind of like take what's given and suck at it either way. So sometimes I remap things like the yes and no stuff like that kind of thing. I do remap, but everything else is like I'm gonna press the wrong button anyway, so I just don't bother. Usually playing a game after someone has made me aware, that's awesome, like an older sibling or friend. So I'm like, what did you map them to? Oh, that's true, that's true. Yeah, I think sometimes sometimes games have like a really weird default control scheme. Take what's given and suck at it either way. I'm terrible at controls. I don't know what it is. I think I really need like the like I like for example like Nintendo games always whenever you want to interact with something it'll be like press Y to interact. It will show you like it will show you like where it is on the controller and stuff like that. I think that kind of stuff is really nice. It makes it a lot easier. Or like just having the controls like when you on the Minecraft mod for the controllers, it always shows you the controls on the top of the screen. Like like the top left or right of the screen just has all the controls that you can use in any given moment. Not like every control ever, but like the ones that apply to you in that situation. So it's like if you're in a boat, it would be like, oh, like press this button to get out of the boat. So stuff like that is really helpful. But then I also have the mini map, so the mini map like covers half of it. So it's actually very cluttered. I can't read half of it now. Tutorials are very helpful in video games, yeah. I think a lot of times like if you play like for people who play like a lot of games, there's not really like they don't really think about like, oh, people will have trouble like figuring out like for example like when people say like R3, it's like it means like pressing in on the stick, right? Like stuff like that. It's like it's not very intuitive if you're not very familiar with games. But like stuff like that is definitely very helpful to know. And I think a lot of people who are like really deep into games or like really heavy gamers don't really think about that. Cause they're like everyone's so like they're just like so aware of like there is like a language to games, right? So like I feel like a lot of people, if you're very proficient in it, you don't really think about that. Other people will struggle with them. Because the worst default binds a weapon that's just bound to 1 to 8. 8? 8 is too high, yeah. That's not good. The way they introduced the controller, but the walls are very intuitive. Like for the button, it's that you have to press for X, Y, A, B. Yeah, I love that. They show all 4 and then they highlight the one you need to press. So you can just press it without looking, right? Because like it's confusing. Because like, especially like there's like a place the Xbox ones and the Switch ones are different. Like they all use A, B, X, Y, but the A and B are swapped, right? So it's like very confusing. So it's like I think showing where it is, it's not even it looks very clean too, like in the UI. Like it's not like intrusive or anything like that. If you're gonna show like press Y to interact with it anyway, you may as well just show where it is on the controller. I think that is very helpful. People are like, oh, that's just something you gotta know. Yeah. I think you just don't realize, like, I think you just don't realize because it's something that comes very naturally. Once you're very deep in it and once you're very familiar with these things, but it's kind of like, yeah, I think it's kind of like knowing a language fluently or something like that. You don't really think about it. So I did design Breath of the Wild with Switch debut in mind. That's true. I did that. It was a debut game. Thinking Breath of the Wild, for some reason you walked up to the Guardian music in your head. That would actually be a good alarm. That would wake you up, you know? My alarm right now is like really chill. It's like a really chill song. But if the Guardian music started playing, I would wake up. You miss Breath of the Wild so much. Yeah, it makes it really nostalgic. Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo just need to agree where the A and B should be. They should. Well, PlayStation just wants to be different, and now they just have like. I feel like especially with PlayStation, they should show where it is, like, cause they're just like completely like random. Like I always forget where like which button is which, right? Yeah, it's like shapes. It's like very confusing. Make the phone your live notification was the first thing I saw. Nice. Yeah, the Xbox The controllers especially confusing. I do still get confused like which button is which, right? PlayStation left analog stick placement. Yeah, that's true, that's true. They should just standardize the controllers. It's iconic to them, so yeah, it's iconic now, but like I think they should make it clear, like especially in first party games, they should probably do the thing where they show where it is on the controller because it can be quite confusing. I've gotten pretty good at it though because I played Detroit and Detroit had so many QTEs where I had to learn where the buttons were, you know. Even had a PlayStation in almost 20 years and I still know the PlayStation button layout by heart. I do not. I've had my PlayStation for years, but I do not know it by heart. I don't have water, man, but I have to go soon anyway. Xbox controllers feel so cheap compared to the DualSense controller. I haven't held an Xbox controller in a while, but I can speak for the Nintendo controller. Oh my god. I was complaining about this. I talked about this so many times, but I can't believe the Nintendo controller and the PlayStation controller are the same price. The alarm is on vibration, only works if I sleep 7+ hours, otherwise I won't. Fair enough, fair enough. I think mine plays sound and vibrates. The build quality of Sony products is the best in the business. I don't have an Xbox controller, so I cannot speak to this. Whenever I play Xbox, the most accidentally exiting out of menus. Oh no! Yeah, because of the different buttons. You got Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch controllers. I can adapt to it, but if the controller scheme's backwards in games, forget it. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. I mean, I feel like games should always have the option to rebind. I hate when games don't have the option to rebind anything. It's so annoying. I feel like it's such a small thing they could add. Like I think it's just it's nice just to be able to rebind every button you want. GameCube controller. I've never played GameCube. Xbox Elite controllers and PlayStation owned Pro controllers are built slightly better. Xbox Elite aren't the Xbox Elite controller like really expensive? Isn't it like $200? Nintendo owns Pro controller is okay. I don't think it's okay actually. I think it's quite bad. We can always rebind with the third-party software on console. I'd be worried about like lag and stuff though. I feel like it's like I don't know. I feel like yeah, it's an option if you don't. I feel like it's an option like if you have to, but it would be great if it was just included in all the games, you know. In the West, triangle is usually the button to exit out, but in Japan is circle. Oh yeah, I feel like it would be such a mess for me. You can use money at some points and bought it using that. It is, yeah, it is. As someone who bought it using money, it was not worth the money. Especially compared to the same price controller from PlayStation, like the difference is night and day. Like I feel like if anything, Nintendo controller should be like half the price. I just think it's overpriced, and like the D-pad is so bad. I think mine is like especially bad. Like I feel like it inputs the right input only about 40% of the time. Isn't it weird that even if you're left-handed, you can use the same controller? Yeah, that's interesting. I guess it's not really like you use both hands kind of equally, so I guess it's not really like left hand versus right hand. Actually own all 3 of today's consoles. When I say Nintendo Pro Controller, it's okay. I don't mean it's okay. It's just okay. Yeah, I mean I don't even know if it's even just acceptable because I feel like it has a lot of design, like it has a lot of problems, like the D-pad, and some people have problems with drift. They'll charge forever though. Let's be real. I have no idea. I don't use mine enough. It'd be horrible if you had some sort of letter to shapes and things. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I don't know how common that is. But yeah, it's really just the D-pad. Could use a sticker bomb? No, I don't have drift. My program doesn't have drift because I also haven't used it enough for it to get drift, you know? Because I'm not a fan. But yeah, I think my D-pad is especially bad for some reason. It's really like, yeah, it really does not do the correct inputs. Um, Nintendo's a mess with their controllers. Surprisingly, I'm still proud of the fact that um I'm still proud of the fact that my Joy-Cons do not have drift. Sticker bombs when you put mad stickers on something, aka your skin on your Pro-Con. I don't think that affects the drift, man. It's just on the outside. GameCube's a good one. Fair enough. Got a new controller for Apex a few weeks ago and you're already noticing drift? Oh no. Can you send it back? Maybe you can just send it back now. It's funny you're proud of that because like why is that a thing? Yeah, it's sad that it's such a rare thing that it doesn't have drift. You know, like wow, my controller still works properly. That's crazy, man. Like, you know, I feel like that shouldn't be a thing, but obviously Joy-Cons had a lot of drift issues. Although I did have to send in my Switch once for repair because it was making like a buzzing sound and I think there was like a loose screw or something. And I sent it in and they fixed it. They all Apex is not weeb. Actually, Apex is really popular in Japan. Like it's the most popular FPS, I'm pretty sure, in Japan. They all drift these days because the build quality isn't what it once was. Nintendo! Back in my day, Nintendo was good. I don't know. My Switch Lite fan makes a buzzing sound. Yeah, I think there's something loose in it. I think that was the problem. Because when they sent it back, it was fixed. And Walkman Nitro came out of context, just heard stick drift. They were just talking about different controllers, like different console controllers. What even are weeb games? You know what's weeb games. And Walkman Angel, Mighty Morphin Meijin time. It is. The controllers are not that hard to repair. Just gotta be extremely careful. Yeah, but I feel like it shouldn't. It just like I know a lot of people fix their drift and D-pad by like putting something in it, but they should just work, man. It was $90. Like my Pro-Con was $90. I feel like the D-pad should just work. Nintendo 64 controllers broke all the time, didn't they? No idea. Working on my Yapology thesis. We're all working on a Yapology thesis. Like I don't want place to fix yourself for cheap. I just don't use it, man. I have two PlayStation controllers now, so I just use those now. And I prefer playing on Switch with Joy-Cons. I find the Pro-Con and the Xbox controller a little too big. As someone with like smaller hands, I think the PlayStation controller is a lot more comfortable. Xenoblade came to mind because I remember enjoying Chronicles X on the Wii, but the anime tropes just made you drop it. Yeah, those are, sometimes it can be a bit too, when it's like a bit too tropey, you're just like, a little bit I can look past, but like when there's too much, I just like, I can't handle it. Listening about this about to get some food? Okay. Enjoy your food. But Xbox controllers are god tier, but the face buttons are so loud. Really? How loud is this controller? Control the ASMR. Can't really hear it actually. It's kind of quiet. Nintendo believe I put out controller firmware for a while to fix the Joy-Con drift issue. Yeah, I think you could just send your Joy-Cons in at a certain point, right? You could just they just fix it for you. We just should do an ASMR stream. I would not survive an ASMR stream. I'd be so bored, man. I'm more of a weeb fact or a music fact. That's a weeb fact. Attack on Titan, weeb fact. You heard nothing. Well, there you go. Failure to controller quiet. Oh my god, I don't want best viewers. Thank you. 2 in a row, man. The PlayStations fit small in your hand. Yeah, I think the PlayStation is much smaller. So if you have larger hands, I think Xbox controller and Pro-Con are a bit better. But if you have smaller hands, PlayStation is a lot more comfortable. Cause like I noticed when I was using the Pro-Con for a while, it was like hurting like Like I would hold it like this, right, with these fingers on the back of my hand, and it would start hurting. You don't get ASMR. I'm not a fan of ASMR. I feel like I don't know who's watching ASMR streams, you know? Every time I see an ASMR video on my recommended on Twitch, it's like very questionable, you know? I'm sure there's like legitimate, like I'm sure there's like just ASMR, but like some of them are weird. Joy-Con drift is a pretty easy fix. Only issue is the first try screws get stripped so easily. So yeah, it's bad quality. Does the Nintendo have a controller warranty separate from console warranty? I think they just had like a special thing where it's like if your Joy-Cons are drifting, because it was such a big like scandal, right? They're just like, oh, we'll just fix them for free. Until you jump on the best viewers deal, you're stuck with us. Yeah. Apparently, you guys are not the best viewers because the best viewers are on that totally real link website. Is listening to rain ASMR? Is it? I don't know. I think it's just like calming sounds. It's more like white noise, no? I feel like it's not the same as ASMR. Like ASMR would put you to sleep when it's sleepy time. For me, it just like makes me uncomfortable. Like I feel like I can't relax if I've tried listening to like ASMR things. Whenever people are like whispering into the the mic or whatever, I'm just like ugh. Like I feel like it makes me like recoil. So I feel like you either like with ASMR, it either like you really like it or you just hate it. I feel like it's like you either it's people are very it either works for you or it doesn't. It's weird to say I enjoy ASMR. I may listen to it to fall asleep. I'm not sure because it's an enjoyment because sleep is essential. I mean, I don't know. I know that link's fake because you're not on exactly. You get white noise on the iPhone through the AirPods. Really? Turn on when I read on the bus. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm confused what the definition of ASMR even is. I don't really know. The little mic with the ears on it. What? The headphones automatically come off your head when you're sleeping, so I don't know whether I'm actually getting through the entire ASMR. Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, oh my god, yesterday I was listening to a video while falling asleep, and then for some reason, I was like completely half asleep listening to an ad, and the ad was entirely in French. And I was listening to it for like 10 minutes. And I was like, and then I woke up enough to be like, wait, I can't understand anything. And then I like skipped the ad, but I was like actually listening to it, like half asleep for like a while. And then I was like, wait, I don't understand this. This is not English. I totally thought I was listening to the same video, but I was not. What's that omelet do for Mahaj moment? Yeah, I almost learned French. In the moment, but it didn't work. It's been like, what did I click on? Yeah, I thought it was the same video, but then I was like, wait, I know that. But I recognized the ad when I woke up a little bit because I get this French ad often. You need a loud, unexpected ad when you're trying to sleep. That's the worst, yeah. Or like a really long ad. Recently, I get like a really 45-minute long ad about it's like a poker game. It's like an entire poker game. I'm like, bro, like, I don't want this, you know? So that one I always have to skip because I'm like, I'm not listening to a 45-minute poker game. Imagine someone's gonna start talking to you in French and you're gonna answer in French and you're gonna be like, how do I know this? Imagine just knowing a language and you didn't know. That'd be crazy. They're getting out of control. Yeah, but like, I don't want to pay for YouTube Premium just so I can use it to sleep, you know? Because most of the time I watch YouTube on my computer and I have ad blocks, so it's not a problem. But the worst is like on the TV. Sometimes the ads on the TV are like a minute. Like it's like a full minute and you can't skip. It's like a bunch of ads play within that minute. You're getting Sigma Edit YouTube ads. I don't get those. YouTube knows. I watch too much like commentary content that's like anti, you know, manosphere or whatever. I think YouTube knows I'm not enjoying them. I only have YouTube Premium because TV. Yeah, the TV is the worst. The TV is the worst. I don't know why the ads are so much longer on the TV. Used to be only one skippable ad, now it's 2 ads and you can't skip either. Yeah, you can't skip 2 ads sometimes. It's really annoying. Sometimes there's like 15-second ads that aren't skippable at all. But yeah, the TV is the worst. Sometimes I've had ones that are like, it could be like 75 seconds, like 80 seconds. Like it could be quite long of ads. And I get the same ad over and over on the TV. It's so annoying. Does TV makers play a small portion for it? Yeah, probably. Yeah, my Amazon TV, I still have to leave it unplugged. I turned it on yesterday to watch my movie, but I have to turn it off because I have to unplug the TV because it keeps turning itself on. And I've turned off, like, everyone was like, oh, it's probably the, I can't remember what the word is, but, like, there's, like, a thing that, like, you know, when your switch turns on, it could turn on the TV as well. I turned off all those settings. And there's no other controllers connected to it, so it's not, like, interference. And it still just turns on all the time. I think it's a ghost. I don't mind watching ads because I feel like it supports the channel. It depends on the channel for me. I feel like the TV will have more ads than show now. Yeah, even when you pay for like Disney Plus or like pay for Amazon Prime, there's still ads. So annoying. Chipotle sponsors all the Street Fighter drivers. All the time I want Chipotle. I mean, yeah, sometimes the ads do work. Need a replacement TV, apparently. It keeps turning on, man. Still tons of ads with Hulu. Yeah, I mean, Disney Plus and Hulu are like the same brand. So that makes sense. Disney Plus still has ads. I appreciate the built-in ad reads where they make it funnier on. Yeah, some YouTubers have like really great ad reads for sure. Sometimes they don't skip. Help the TV people and make them hand over tech over. I don't think there's just TV people. Like you have to call up like I have an Amazon TV actually. I don't think they just have TV people. Unless you mean like the cable company, but I don't have cable. But yeah, I probably have to go pretty soon. By the way, I can't stream as long on Saturday because I have Pilates later and I'm going to die. Last week we did like core workouts and then my instructor flamed me for having a weak core. She was like, yeah, your core is too weak. And I was like, okay, yeah, true. But you don't need to blame me. I'm already aware of this. You avoid those kind of well-known problem with them. It was like a really good deal. Got a good price on it. I didn't have problems till like recently. I've had the TV for like 2 years, and it was only a few weeks ago that it started just turning on. Don't know why. I think it's some sort of update, so hopefully next update will be fine. You can do it. Thank you. Thank you. I will try and survive this workout. You're more core than she'll ever be. Aladdin, she literally works out for a living. She is buff as hell. But yeah. Yeah, it's probably an update. But yeah, I will let you guys know how my Pilates goes. Hopefully less core workout than last time. Maybe we'll do something else. I think we've been into back and stuff. But yeah. With your high sense TV, that was better. You don't even know what deal I had, man. Miju buff era. It's coming. I've been trying to do more workouts at home and stuff like that, so hopefully Pilates will be a bit more, you know, I can do a lot more, you know. Get a live working out to pick on everyone. No, my instructor's great. Luca picks later. Yes. I need to do some more core workout too. Okay, let us be motivated together and in pain together. We tried Dragonfly. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. But yeah, I need to eat something and then run to Pilates, and then I'm gonna go to my mom's house and see my dog, Luca. So yeah, try to post some Luca pics in the Discord. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you have a good rest of the weekend. I'll be streaming again tomorrow. Reminder that we're streaming again, same time tomorrow, 9 a.m. early stream. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all later. Bye.